Longview, we provide compassionate, evidence-based care for substance use and co-occurring mental health disorders. We offer residential treatment to help individuals build a foundation for lasting recovery. Need help? Call Hickory's 24/7 admissions team today.
It's the ultimate hockey experience. The Allen Americans are back. Join us at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center for heart-pounding action, unforgettable moments, and a community that bleeds red, white, and blue. Bring your family and friends and enjoy amazing food, fun activities, and the thrill of live hockey. Feel the rush as the Allen Americans battle it out on the ice. Get tickets today at AllenAmericans.com and join the adventure. Allen Americans Hockey, where every game is a win.
Traveling? Don't forget to pack News Nation in the airport for your hotel room, at the in-laws. Take the only news network that respects all Americans with you, wherever you go. Stop by newsnationnow.com to learn more.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
I'm a United States Marine. When I came home, I became angry. I had migraines and respiratory issues.
I served in the Army. There's a lot more people out there that have gone through more things. I shouldn't go and get those benefits because they had it worse.
If you could say anything to that veteran, what would you say?
Every veteran is deserving the benefits they earned by serving our country. You deserve because you serve. If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. But with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
And soon.
All right, before we go, let's take one last look at the forecast. 73 degrees. We get into tomorrow afternoon with a lot of sunshine. That looks like January.
Hey, you know, it could be worse. So we'll take that for sure.
This is great.
I thought he was saying it was bad. All right.
I didn't say that.
Well, I thought you were being sarcastic.
Wow,
all right, Michael, thanks so much. And thank you
I
so much
didn't
for
know you wanted to
joining
be
us.
cold.
I sure don't. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 10. Reopened around 8 this evening. We'll keep you updated as we work to learn more about this fire. The trial against a former Uvalde School District police officer begins this week. It's the first criminal trial over the delayed law enforcement response to the 2022 school shooting. Adrian Gonzalez was indicted on 29 counts of child endangerment and abandonment and faces 58 years in prison. Jury selection began today in the Nueces County Courthouse in Corpus Christi. Dylan McKim is in Corpus Christi and brings us the latest on this trial.
The stage is set for the first ever criminal trial connected to the tragedy at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. Opening statements will begin on Tuesday, and the presiding judge says that it could take up to 2 weeks to get through all the evidence in this case. More than 400 potential jurors cycled through the jury selection process Monday. Potential jurors were asked to fill out this 2-page questionnaire, asking if they were aware of the school shooting, if they had an opinion on the law enforcement response that day, and if they had an opinion on the defendant, Adrian Gonzalez. Of the 400 law enforcement officers who responded that day, Gonzalez was one of the first to arrive. The Department of Justice said the response was riddled with failures after the gunman was able to stay in connected classrooms with students for more than 70 minutes. The indictment alleges that by not engaging the shooter, Gonzalez put children in danger. Gonzalez, who was in the courtroom Monday, has pleaded not guilty to the indictment. Presiding Judge Sid Harrell said the court is looking for jurors who will weigh the evidence fairly and reminded people that Gonzalez is presumed innocent.
It's better to over-prepare.
Nueces County Sheriff J.C. Hooper said his agency is collaborating with multiple law enforcement agencies to ensure safety at the courthouse. Dozens of witnesses, along with victims' families, will be at the court throughout the trial. He said he does not anticipate any violence or disruption in this case.
We're going to ensure that this case is determined in the courtroom and not in the hallways.
The jury was filled earlier this evening, and opening statements are scheduled to begin tomorrow morning. The trial could last for 2 weeks. Well, the last few years have been particularly busy for local district courts, especially as far as jury trials are concerned. But what does the new year have in store for pending felony cases in Texoma? Josh Hoggard's been keeping up with the dockets here in Texoma, and he's joining us now. So, Josh, is 2026 shaping up to be as busy as the last few years?
Well, Carney, in all honesty, it very well could be. As of right now, there are only a handful of major trials that currently have a date set for 2026. But they are indeed major ones, and many of them are coming in the first half of this new year.
Dockets from district courts across Texoma are starting to take shape as we look ahead to upcoming trials in 2026, beginning outside of Wichita County in the 97th Judicial District Court in Archer County, where on January 20th, Jared Canada will stand trial on 2 counts of indecency with a child, as well as 1 count of aggravated perjury and 1 count of tampering with a witness. Canada was indicted back in 2023 and has been in custody since his initial arrest, which stemmed from an outcry from a 14-year-old girl alleging that Canada molested her on multiple occasions. The following week, 2 Wichita County District Courts are set to hold trials beginning on January 27th. First, in the 30th District Court, Alfrenzo Wyatt, an alleged sex offender, facing 2 counts of sexual assault of a child and 2 counts of indecency with a child, stemming from allegations made by a female victim claiming she was assaulted over 4 days in February and March of 2019. And that same day, in the 78th District Court, David Lee Harrison is set to face a judge and jury. He was initially charged with sexual assault in 2020 after what police called a, quote, predatory pattern of sexual abuse. He was free on bond for nearly 3 years before June 6th of last year, when 6 new charges were filed against him. In Clay County's 97th Judicial District Courtroom, a man facing multiple child sex crimes is set to go to trial on February 23rd. Matthew Miser, charged with indecency by contact, indecency by exposure, and bestiality involving a child, after an 8-year-old girl made an outcry in 2019 that she'd done something bad involving Miser. The month of April sees 2 major Wichita County cases go before a judge and jury. First, on April 6th, the 89th District Court will hold the trial of Madison Preble, who was charged with capital murder after the body of his former girlfriend was discovered in a field near Cashin in the summer of 2025. Then, on April 20th, Wichita County's 30th District Court will hold the trial of Danny Martinez, a former investigator with the Wichita County District Attorney's Office who now stands accused of multiple sex crimes against children. He was originally intending to represent himself without the aid of legal counsel. However, an attorney was appointed to Martinez before the end of last year, according to court documents. And a handful of other major cases may very well be set during 2026, as district court dockets are still coming together. So while it's not quite clear exactly how busy the rest of the year will be, 2026 will certainly start off strong in Texoma District Courts.
Now, these are just the trials that we're aware of at the moment. And of course, things can change at any time between now and when they're set. So to stay up to date with the upcoming jury trials, as well as to keep up with proceedings when they actually start, make sure that you're following us on air and online at TexomasHomepage.com.
All right, Josh, sounds good. Thank you so much for bringing us those updates tonight. Well, one candidate in the race for Wichita County judge says her decades of military leadership have prepared her to serve at the local level. Retired Air Force Major General Dawn Farrell is focusing her campaign on public safety, fiscal responsibility, and community partnerships. Farrell spent years leading large-scale operations as commander of the Texas Air National Guard. Now, she's running for Wichita County judge, saying her campaign is centered on proper preparation, accountability, and service to the community. Current Wichita County Judge Jim Johnson announced he will not be running for another term. Farrell will be running against Rick Hatcher and Mark Dora for the March 3rd primary election. We'll bring you more on these candidates and the race on air and online. All right, let's go now and check in with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling for a look outside. And Michael, we're going to see a bit of a cool front in the later hours.
Yeah, we have some cooler air that's trying to work its way in. We're not going to notice it too much overnight tonight, but we will be a little bit cooler tomorrow afternoon. You also see some cloud cover that's taking around here too. That cloud cover will start to break up through the overnight hours. More sunshine here as we get into the day for tomorrow, but it's going to be a little bit cloudy here as we start out this night. Current temperature outside is still pretty warm, 62 degrees. That's 8 degrees warmer warmer than our average high for this time of year here at 10 o'clock at night. So it definitely is a warm late evening. We are 9 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. This afternoon was about 16 to 18 degrees warmer than it was on Sunday afternoon. Now, we'll be staying warm as we go throughout much of this week, but we do see a rain chance return here along with some cooler air. We'll talk all about that coming up here in a few minutes, Carney.
All right, we'll see you then, Michael. Thanks so much. Leadership Wichita Falls is kicking off its year by welcoming its 2026 class this Thursday. A meet and greet is happening on the 12th floor of the Hamilton building from 5:30 to 7:30 that evening. 2025 grad Bobby Kiefer says, at times it can be time consuming, but it's all worth it in the end. Before the class, the Wichita Falls native was encouraged by his mentor to enroll. He says not only does he believe he came out a better leader, but he learned more about his community too. Applications are still open if you're interested in learning more about yourself and the community, and you can find that information to apply over on our website. And also, today is National Bird Day, a reminder of the important role birds play in our environment and the need to protect them. Here in Texoma, that message carries extra weight. Wichita Falls sits along the Central Flyway, one of North America's major bird migration routes, moving millions of birds through the region each year. Experts say winter is one of the most critical times for birds, and they encourage residents to help by providing reliable food, fresh water, and shelter during the cold weather. To see the impact the day has on our community here, just look inside this full story over on our website. Well, don't go anywhere. Michael is back after the break with a look at his full forecast, and we'll give you a preview of what's to come out of CES Tech Convention in Las Vegas. We'll have that and more a little later in the newscast.
It's the ultimate hockey experience. The Allen Americans are back. Join us at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center for heart-pounding action, unforgettable moments, and a community that bleeds red, white, and blue. Bring your family and friends and enjoy amazing food, fun activities, and the thrill of live hockey. Feel the rush as the Allen Americans battle it out on the ice. Get tickets today at AllenAmericans.com and join the adventure. Allen Americans Hockey, where every game is a win.
At Hickory Treatment Center in Longview, we provide compassionate, evidence-based care for substance.
Now, from Kfdx 3, Texoma's Weather Authority, with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling.
Well, a lot of people aren't going to probably know it tonight, but we have a little bit of a cool front coming in.
You know,
short-lived, though.
It's weird to say that we have these cold fronts coming through in January. It's still 73 tomorrow.
Right, it's going to be the same.
It's a really weak one that comes through. Take a look outside right now on the Bowie Tower Cam. Current temperature is 62 degrees. We have a west-southwest wind at 14 miles per hour. That will switch to the north here as we get into the day for tomorrow. Today's high, 81 degrees, 27 degrees above our average of 54, and just 1 degree off the record of 82 that we set back in 2008. Our low this morning was 10 degrees above average at 40. For tomorrow morning, even though this front is moving through, the extra cloud cover that we have going into tonight will keep us a little bit warmer through the overnight hours. We got mid 40s to high 40s to some low 50s like Throckmorton and Kroll there, just getting up to 50 degrees. Then we get some low 40s where we'll see some more clearing earlier in the day as we get into the northeastern portions of Texoma. But tomorrow afternoon is when you'll notice the cold front a little bit versus today. You still see it's mid-70s across Texoma, 73, 74 to 75, maybe a 76 in there like for Throckmorton. But overall, it's still a well above average afternoon. But you will see those winds shift to the north here as we get into the day for tomorrow. Those northerly winds could gust up around 20 miles per hour at times, especially early in the day. But it doesn't look to be too strong of a wind by any means. We go into the day on Wednesday. They shift back to the south. Still not a very strong breeze, just a little bit of a wind here as we go throughout the next couple of days. Highs going forward, we will be in the 70s here as we go through the middle of this week. But as we go towards the end of the week, we knock it back down to the mid 50s to high 50s and low 60s by the end of the week. Into the weekend, which still would be a little bit above average for this time of year. We have been spoiled with this much warmer than average winter so far, and that's because it's been a La Nina winter. This is the pattern that keeps colder air trapped to the north. The jet stream comes right through the central U.S., and it also keeps a lot of the rain chances further off to the northeast away from us too. It keeps us generally warmer and drier on most days. Does it mean we can't get a strong winter storm here in the next couple of months? No, because 2021 was a La Nina winter. We were above average in December and January that year, and then you know what happened in February of that year with the record cold and strong snowstorms that came through that month. So will that happen this year? Probably not, but there is still that chance, so we'll be watching that as we go forward still. Satellite radar across the area shows cloud cover still in the area. It's going to persist for the next several hours here overnight tonight, but it does break up as we get into the day for tomorrow. Lots of sunshine as we go throughout the day. Then cloud cover will start to increase as we go into the day on Wednesday. Mostly cloudy skies return there. And as we go into Wednesday night into early Thursday morning, we will watch for some showers and maybe even a thunderstorm or two try to develop in the overnight hours into the early morning hours on Thursday before it clears out, and we remain with partly cloudy skies for Thursday afternoon. So for tonight, 44 degrees, a weak front moving through, and a west wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. That will shift to the north for tomorrow at 10 to 15 with a high of 73. Here's a 7-day forecast. Got a rain chance for late Wednesday into early Thursday. Staying warm for the next few days, cooler into the weekend.
At Hickory Recovery Network, we are dedicated to being a national leader in the treatment of substance use and co-occurring mental health disorders. Our mission is to provide compassionate, structured, and evidence-based care through our expanding network. Now in Texas, Hickory Treatment Center at Longview offers a comprehensive residential treatment program designed to help individuals build a foundation for lasting recovery. If you or a loved one needs help,
Don't miss out.
You're watching Kfdx 3 News.
One of the largest tech trade shows in the world kicks off this week in Las Vegas. The Consumer Electronics Show brings companies from more than 150 countries to showcase their latest products. Amalia Roy has a preview of what's to come.
4,500 companies are taking over the convention space all across the strip here. CES is a time for leaders in tech to show their latest innovations, but it's also a time to find everyday products that people can buy online. There is a lot of smart home tech covering areas all around the house, like products using AI to help homeowners water their yards more efficiently through an app. Or going inside the home, there are smoke detectors that are also night lights, intercoms, and nanny cams.
We asked people what they wanted in their their next generation smart devices. Everyone said they wanted to be multi-featured. They wanted to be controlled from a single app, and they also wanted to have motion detection.
There's even a smart toothbrush that has a U-shaped design the creators say can cut brushing down to 20 seconds. And it uses AI to give the user a closer look at their dental health.
AI is doing so much for us today, right? So really being able to take advantage of that and being a leader and establishing a model that can track your behavior, the clinical signs, your salivary microbiome to provide these insights we see ourselves as a leader in that.
The organization running the event, the Consumer Technology Association, says one trend to look out for in 2026 is more AI in tech.
Can't wait to see more of that later this week. Well, our Destination to Italy series for the Winter Olympics continues tonight. Coming up after the break, we'll take you to Venice for a look at what spectators and Olympians will find while traveling.
It's the ultimate hockey experience. The Allen Americans are back. Join us at the Credit Union of Texas Event Center for heart-pounding action, unforgettable moments, and a community that bleeds red, white, and blue. Bring your family and friends and enjoy amazing food, fun activities, and the thrill of live hockey. Feel the rush as the Allen Americans battle it out on the ice. Get tickets today at AllenAmericans.com and join the adventure. Allen Americans Hockey, where every game is a win.
At Hickory Treatment Center in Longview, we provide compassionate, evidence-based care for substance use and co-occurring mental health.
Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Destination Italy, brought to you by Swag Boutique in Parker Square.
Life in Venice isn't about rushing. It's about savoring the food, the views, and the quiet beauty woven into this floating city. Matt Barnes takes us on a gondola ride through the famous canals.
The Grand Canal is the main artery of Venice, curving through the city in a large S shape for almost 2.5 miles. It serves as the primary transportation route for boats and water taxis, linking key areas from the Santa Lucia train station to St. Mark's Basin. Unlike most cities that rely on streets, Venice has depended on this waterway for daily movement of people and goods for centuries. After winding through the waterways, we stopped at a little pastry shop. Let's just say, holy cannoli.
Oh my gosh. I think I want the pink one. I got the treat. No, really good.
So this is a really famous spot here in Venice, and this is the Bridge of Sighs.
The covered bridge connects the Doge Palace to the old prison, and legend has it that prisoners would sigh as they crossed, gazing at Venice one last time. Restaurants and shops dot the streets, and there are plenty of gondolas to choose from to make your way through the canals. And you can't beat the sunset. Somebody take me there. I want to go. It looks fun.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, you were just saying you went.
Yep.
You've had the pleasure of going. Yeah. Lucky duck right there. All right, Tobin. Sports is sporting, I'm assuming?
It is Monday. It is time to recognize our athlete of the week, a WFISD record holder. That story coming up next in sports.
At Hickory Treatment Center in Longview, we provide compassionate, evidence-based care for substance use and co-occurring mental health disorders. We offer residential treatment to help individuals build a foundation for lasting recovery. Need help? Call Hickory's 24.
How to safely build a fire. And how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Life's daily battles are not meant to be fought alone.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. Are you coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
Now, sports with Tobin McDuff from the LSTC Sports Desk, your complete orthopedic team.
The first TABC state rankings of 2026 were released this afternoon. 6 boys teams and 4 girls teams from Texoma among the top 25 in the state. One of the games I'm looking forward to this season happens on January the 20th. That's when Holiday visits City View. The two programs have produced some great games over the years, and both teams are currently state ranked. City View is ranked 19th, and the Eagles fly into the state rankings this week with a 17-3 record. They are ranked 23rd. In Class 4A, the Burke Burnett Bulldogs Bulldogs moved up 2 spots to 8th in the state with a 16-4 record, while in Class 1A, the Monday Moguls remain ranked 6th, and the St. Joe Panthers are climbing 1 spot to number 21 this week. And in TAPS Class 1A, Christ Academy is ranked 9th with a 7-1 record. The girls' state rankings feature a pair of Texoma teams in Class 2A. Seymour is ranked 16th. Nakona comes in at 22. In Class 1A, the Bellevue Lady Eagles are 20-2 on the season, moving up 4 spots to 8th in the state. And in Class 2A TAPS, Wichita Christian is ranked 6th with an 8-2 record.
Athlete of the Week is brought to you by United Regional Orthopedics.
Our first Athlete of the Week in 2026 comes from Memorial High School. Addie Williams set a new WFISD record, knocking down 9 3-pointers in a 27-point performance. She also grabbed 5 rebounds, added a pair of steals, and an assist in a Mavs victory. As part of earning our Athlete of the Week honor, Addie will be featured on the digital billboard on Lawrence Road this week, and she becomes eligible to take home a $1,000 scholarship, which will be presented at the Next Star Sports Awards in July. Hey, coaches, did you know your nomination could lead to one of your athletes earning a $1,000 scholarship? All you have to do is send in a nomination. You can do so each week. The deadline is Sunday night at 9 o'clock. High school soccer in Boomtown. We head to Burke Burnett. Lady Bulldogs hosting Legacy this evening. In the first half, Kinley Gaona with the nice cross out wide to Isabel Ramirez, who buries it with the left foot. Legacy on the board first in this one, 1-0. Gaona then again puts a ball in. And check it out. The race in the box. Marley Santa Maria wins it, pokes at it, off the post and in, 2-0. Leopards with the lead. That was the score at the half. Legacy added a pair of goals in the second half, and they come home with a 4-1 win.
This Silver Star Nation report on KFDX is sponsored locally by Metal Marts.
Quarterback Dak Prescott was visibly dejected after the Cowboys' 34-17 loss in the season finale to the New York Giants. Not just with the loss, because he only played the first half, but that the Cowboys finished with a 7-9-1 record. It's the first time since 2000 through 02 the Cowboys have finished with back-to-back seasons of losing records, and the first time in Dak's 10-year career he has suffered a losing record when finishing the season healthy.
Tired of it? I've got to deal with it. Yeah, sure, tired, right? But it's up to me to control, and that's why I say this year was as frustrating as anything. Is right. There's been a number of times being up here talking to you guys and right saying I need to fix this, I need to get better at this, and to have a season where it wasn't on my play, or I can't say I should have fixed that or I should have fixed that. I mean, I take accountability. Don't get me wrong, in so many ways, and the leader I am, I'm frustrated, always trying to figure out what could I've done better. If there was, whether it was conversations here or talking to this guy there or whatever it may be. I do still put some of it, on myself. But unfortunately, we just didn't get it done. And yeah, I'm tired and sick of it, but it won't change the way that I approach this offseason, the way that I lead, and me just giving this game everything that I've got to try to change it.
For the Cowboys, now it's on to the offseason. For the Silver Star Nation, Mickey Spagnola here
at Hickory Recovery Network. We are dedicated to being a national leader in the treatment of substance use and co-occurring mental health disorders. Our mission is to provide compassionate, structured, and evidence-based care through our expanding network. Now in Texas, Hickory Treatment Center at Longview offers a comprehensive residential treatment program designed to help individuals build a foundation for lasting recovery. If you or a loved one needs help, call Hickory's 24/7 admissions team or visit hickorytreatmentcenters.com today.
We're not powerless, so long as we don't lose sight of what's important.
Don't be afraid to seize that moment to talk to your friends.
Cloud, you okay?
Because checking in on a friend can create a safe space.
The first step on our new journey. You coming?
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Seize the awkward. It's totally worth it.
My opponent is completely disregarding almost half of my arguments, which I responded to.
Communities must step up.
Laws
and
alone
protest
cannot
against this
stop the
normalization.
bullying.
Well, I completely disagree.
Point of inquiry, do you guys even realize that the #1 killer of children and teens are gun injuries?
You're probably starting to realize now, this is not a debate.
There is no adult in this earth that wants children to die.
I worry for my kids.
Row ends soon.
All right, before we go, let's take one last look at the forecast. 73 degrees. We get into tomorrow afternoon with a lot of sunshine. That looks like January.
Hey, it could be worse. So we'll take that for sure.
This is great.
I think so. I thought you were saying it was bad. All right.
I didn't say that.
Well, I thought you were being sarcastic.
Wow,
All right, Michael, thanks so much. And thank you
I
so
didn't
much
know
for
you wanted
joining
to be
us.
cold.
I sure don't. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 10. Reopened around 8 this evening. We'll keep you updated as we work to learn more about this fire. The trial against a former Uvalde school district police officer begins this week. It's the first criminal trial over the delayed law enforcement response